On today's episode of In the Know, we'll explore the Intuit Bookkeeping Certification, which is now offered through ProAdvisor Academy. First, I'll show you how to access the program. Then you'll hear from Andrew Junikiewicz, the leading accounting and tax professor who crafted the curriculum. Hey ProAdvisors, it's Jacqueline, and you're watching In the Know, where you can get exclusive access to demos of Intuit product enhancements by the leaders who built them. Let's jump right into ProAdvisor Academy to see how to access the bookkeeping certification. So you see here that I'm logged into QuickBooks Online Accountant, where I can navigate to the ProAdvisor tab in my left-hand nav. Here I'll click on Training, I already have it up, and then I'll click on Start Learning. This took me right into ProAdvisor Academy. I'm on the My Hub page, but I'll need to navigate to Certifications, where I can find the Intuit Bookkeeping Certification. I've already enrolled in the program, so I'll click Continue Learning.
But if you were enrolled, just click Enroll. This then takes me into the program itself, where I'd see 4 courses and then a survey at the end so you can get feedback on your program. The course itself is robust. It comprises of about 30 hours of self-paced training.
Let's say you already feel confident on the content, you can click Test Out at any time. By clicking the Test Out button, I'm able to start the exam. I'd recommend setting aside about an hour for the exam and being somewhere quiet where you can focus and concentrate.
Back to the actual learning you see for courses: bookkeeping basics, tracking assets and sales, tracking expenses, liabilities and equity,
and finally, reconciling accounts and examining financial statements. So these 4 courses comprise the bookkeeping certification. They prepare you to go take the exam. But again, you can take the exam at any point in which you feel ready to do so. So hopefully with that, you feel confident about where and how to access the Intuit Bookkeeping Certification.
Upon completing, we'll unlock this beautiful badge that you could put on your LinkedIn,
email, wherever you'd like. Now that we've had our tour of how to access the Intuit Bookkeeping Certification, let me go ahead and welcome our guest, Andrew Junikiewicz, who again is the professor that crafted the curriculum. Well, hey, Andy, thanks and welcome. Thank you for being on In the Know.
Jacqueline, thanks so much for inviting us over here.
Well, I'm really excited to dive deep into the Intuit Bookkeeping Certification with you. So let's start with some of the basics. Who was this program designed for?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's actually designed for anybody who's going to start a career in accounting. It could be students that are, getting rolling in college or maybe community college. It could also be folks that have been out there in the world and just decided they wanted another profession. So I personally think that accounting is the language of business. So I believe everybody should have an accounting background because everything really does revolve around business.
Is there any baseline knowledge that a learner needs to bring to the program, or can anyone take it even if they haven't had any
exposure to accounting?
Yeah, I think this program's excellent. It's really like an accounting 101 class, all bundled up. So anybody can take it. You don't have to have any prior experience. Obviously, if you have some business experience, it certainly does help. But
sure.
Just to get rolling in accounting, it's a great bookkeeping course.
Okay, so you said that this is a sort of 101 foundational course for accounting. Tell me more about what the learner learns. What are the learning objectives?
Oh, there's so much in here. So a couple things. One is really the bookkeeping ethics and some of the ethical considerations. And that's really important in today's environment here. They also go through the general accounting equation, which is assets, things that we own, liabilities, things that you owe, and then also the shareholders' equity. It talks about inventory, sales transactions, goes through how to analyze financial statements so you can make better business decisions. Touches a little bit on payroll, which is really important. And then basically there's a final exam to assess your knowledge. And then the nice thing is once you pass that final exam, Jacqueline, you get a badge. And I think the badge is really cool. In our classrooms, we actually have our students take this exam, get the badges. They're putting it on LinkedIn, their resume. It's really providing a lot of opportunities out there for them.
So that's the perfect segue into my next question, which is how does completing this course help folks grow in their career? It sounds like a badge is a great way to signal expertise. Are there other outcomes that folks can expect?
Yeah, I mean, first off, if you could interview for a bookkeeping position with Intuit.
Hmm.
I also know just in the accounting profession, and I know this just from doing this a lot. My daughter's also a CPA. She just started her career in accounting. There's not a lot of accountants or bookkeepers out there. Kind of the population's getting older, retiring. So there's so much opportunity right now. So it's a great opportunity to get that understanding. I know a lot of accounting firms actually have some of their folks take our Intuit Academy training classes that don't have accounting degrees or backgrounds, but they're working for the accounting firm.
That's exactly right. We've seen many ProAdvisor firms adopt this program, and as they're looking to onboard non-traditional hires, they assign this as part of their onboarding, which has been really exciting to see that adoption.
Yeah, and I think as business grows in the U.S., it's obviously the need for accountants is going to grow as well. So I think it's a great opportunity for people young and in their mature career to make a great
Mhm.
career change. Again, it's not going anywhere. I think the beautiful thing about what we do as accountants, we're always going to need them, right? And there's no age limit. You could do this part time
Right.
as a 75-year-old person who just wants some extra cash, and also the stimulation of just really kind of going through the different financial statements, keeping sharp on things, helping business owners out, so they can make good decisions on their business.
Andy, I'd love to get your thought on how this course prepares folks to be better users of the Intuit platform and specifically the QuickBooks product.
Yeah. So in the course, it does go through a lot of the mechanical and really baseline
Mhm.
accounting things. It also gets into journal entries, and that's really important
Mhm.
as well. And that kind of goes into the bookkeeping and the Intuit products here. Obviously, you need to know some of the journal entries that are going to really, they're the financial transactions that a business goes through. And basically, off of that, you plug that into the software, and then you press a button, and the software kind of compiles income statements and balance sheets, really the financial statements that owners need to see how their business is doing.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Andy, any parting thoughts or words of advice for the ProAdvisor community?
Yeah, I would say I think this is a great program. Whether you've had an accounting 101 class years ago or just to brush up, I think there's a lot of great things in here. Even if it's just the ethical considerations. I know as a CPA myself, I just got the notice every 2 years I have to go through continuing education, and part of that is ethical considerations. So that's part of our course. So I think it's just a great course, and then obviously to continue on to learn more about the software. It's the most highly used software in the accounting field for business owners out there.
Well, Andy, thank you so much for all of the time, effort, talent that you've poured into the program, and thank you for spending time with us on the show. And thank you for watching. If you find this update interesting or helpful, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. That's all we have for now. For more product updates and demos, check out our In the Know hub. We'll catch you next time.